All right. Good evening, everyone. My name's Steve Brock. I'll be the MC this evening. My pleasure to welcome you to the 38th Annual Employee Award Celebration for the City of Farmington Hills. Can't believe it's been 38 years, but we have a proud tradition of doing this, and I'm glad we can continue it. This evening, we'll be making awards to our employees who are recognized by their peers. It's an opportunity to formally recognize a group of employees for their years of dedicated service to our community, and also a select group of outstanding employees who put forth exceptional effort in the past year. Speaking of exceptional effort, over the past few weeks, I want to give a shout out to our DPW, Special Services, engineering crew, anyone else who had a hand in snow and ice control. I know it's their job, but it's over and above the duty that they've done the past few weeks. So we'll keep them, and some of them are here tonight, but I imagine a lot of them are still out working, so we appreciate their fine efforts. With that, it's my pleasure to introduce our mayor, who has given many years of loyal service to our community as well, starting with the Planning Commission. He was on the City Council for many years, and he's now in his second term as mayor. With that, I give you Barry Brickner. Mr. Brickner.
Thank you. I don't get a prize, though. Okay. It's a great honor to be here tonight with you as your mayor. Before we get started, I want to introduce the members of City Council who are able to be with us this evening. To my right, I have Ken Massey, Samantha Stecklaw, Richard Lerner's back there with Valerie Knoll, and I got a call from Mike Bridges. He won't be able to attend this evening. His son is being interviewed by coaches to go to college, so he's got a coach coming in tonight, but he'll be there later on at the City Council meeting. And of course, our state rep, if I haven't said so, is Vicki Barnett. On behalf of the City Council, let me say what a privilege it is to be a part of this celebration of distinguished and loyal employees who have helped to make Farmington Hills the excellent city that it is today. Some of you have been here for many years. As an example, we have several employees celebrating 25 and 30-year anniversaries, and even one we will recognize for 45 years of service to our community. I bet you can't tell who that is. Others have joined us more recently, but all have helped to create positive change. We thank all of you for your commitment to Farmington Hills. We will also praise those who are being honored as outstanding employees for their special efforts over the past year. This is the council's and my opportunity to say thank you through our service award program. It's also a way to acknowledge the difference each of you has made and ask for your continued dedication in the future. Due to the financial climate of the last few years, we have endured some challenges, and we are relying on you and your years of experience to help us discover new ways of doing business. Together, we continue to provide excellent services to our residents. All of the employees who are celebrating a milestone anniversary of 5 through 45 years of service will receive a gift, which they've already selected, appropriate to the years of service. These gifts are a symbol of our appreciation for a job well done. Next, well, before I say this, because they gave me a script, and if I go off script, they get real mad at me. What can they do? I personally want to thank all the employees because you make us on council look really, really good. This city is the best run city you'll find around here, and I don't care what everybody else says, it's the best run city, period. And I get a lot of compliments. Everyone thinks I'm doing something good, but I know it's all of you. And I can tell you that the council really does appreciate all the good work that you do. Back to script. Next, I would like to introduce our Human Resources Director, John Randall Sr. John will come to the podium to announce the names of the awardees. We ask employees to exit to the left of the stage to pick up your gift selection from Erica Jimenez or V&A Wilson of the Human Resources Department. 55 employees receiving service awards this year. Did I skip a page? That's your page. Here's Johnny.
Good evening, everyone. As Human Resources Director, it's definitely my pleasure to acknowledge all of the employees for their many years of service to our fine city. So, it's my pleasure to acknowledge this year's Service Award recipients. We'll ask that employees in each anniversary group stand, then proceed to the right, my left of the stage here. And as we announce the names in alphabetical order, please come forward to be recognized. As the mayor so graciously said, we have 55 employees receiving awards this year, but I'll only announce those who have attended this evening. We ask you to please hold your applause until we've read all of the employees of all the employee groups, and at that point you could recognize them. So at this time, I'd like to invite the employees with 5 years of service. If you would, if you have 5 years of service, please come to the right of the stage. Firefighter Jared Fauché. Please hold your applause. Thank you. Ann Jones, Clerk Typist 2 from Special Services Administration. POC Firefighter Jeremy Morris. Those are this evening's 5-year award recipients. Would the 10-year award recipients please come to the stage? Paid on call firefighter Edward Heidelbach. Firefighter Nicholas Hippler. Carolyn Horger, Department A, Special Services Administration. POC Firefighter Michael Lane. POC Lieutenant Matthew Schiffman, Fire Department. Ellen Schnackel, Department of Special Services Director. POC Sergeant John Vesey. And Jane Vivian, Assessor 2, Finance Department. Those are the 10-year award recipients. Would the 15-year award recipients please come to the stage? David Boyer, Assistant City Manager. Brian Farmer, Deputy Director, Special Services. Police Sergeant Michael Flatt, Patrol Division. Paid on call Captain Matthew Greene, Fire Department. Darlene Marvin, Administrative Secretary, Patrol Division, Police Department. Brian Moran, Ice Arena Manager. Jacob Nothstein, Video Production Specialist, COM Video Division. Christopher Stewart, Police Officer, Police Investigations. Would the 20-year award recipients please come to the stage? Firefighter Jared Antonetti. Police Sergeant John Hopt, Police Investigations. Let's hop to it. Congratulations. Thank you. And those are the 20-year award recipients. Would the 25-year award recipients please come to the stage? Police Commander Michael Shimataro, Police Patrol Division. Shift Lieutenant Michael Kish, Fire Department. Police Lieutenant Alan Patterson, Police Administration. Elsie Price, Park Maintenance Tech, Special Services, Park Maintenance. Marv Rapaldi, Equipment Operator 2, Public Services Department. Yes.
Follow him home.
That is the 25 years. Would the 30-year award recipient please come to the stage? 30 years, Jerry Brock, Fleet Maintenance Supervisor, Public Services, Department of Public Works. Now, this year we do not have any 35-year award recipients. However, we will have some special words from our final recipient. This person needs no introduction, but I will try to follow the script. 45 years of service to the city, Mr. Robert Bob Reptoy.
Well, who would have ever thought, right?
I'm gonna grab a chair.
Yeah, you might as well. Actually, the 45 years really went fast. I want to thank the city for putting up with me for 45 years. And I really haven't got anything to say. This is just a picture of the gift I'm getting tonight, that's all. I want to thank everybody, the council, the mayor, and the city manager, and numerous other city managers, and current fire chief, and of course, I have to acknowledge Marinucci because Rich put up with me for 20-some-odd years, and actually, I talk to him more now that I'm retired than when I was working, so, but I'm enjoying retirement. I had some health issues. We got over that now, and I'm really beginning to enjoy it. I have no idea why I'm in this lousy climate. I should be somewhere where it's warm, and I want to, obviously, there's one person I can't forget is my wife. But you that aren't aware of it, we got married June 22nd of 1968, went on a honeymoon, came back the 30th, and I joined the department the very next day. So she doesn't know anything other than the fire department, so she put up with me for 45 years on the fire department. This past Christmas, it was sort of nice because I didn't have that hanging over my head Christmas Eve or Christmas Day of getting pulled away, and she knows there's Christmases that I was going 12 hours on fires and this and that. And I like the idea of starting a project. I can continue until I finish it. And most importantly, when I go to bed, I don't have to get up when it's 8 below zero to go on someone that's got a hangnail or something, So, no, that's the most important thing. But I want to thank everybody and thank the city again and Steve Brock. And we'll be seeing you. I'll be around. It wasn't too bad.
Okay, how about one more round of applause for all of our award recipients? Thank you. City Manager.
This gift I have,
I was gonna say, I wasn't ready to come back yet,
I
but
haven't got a clue how to use it. I've got to call my grandsons to come on over and show me how to use it.
we would have allowed more time for eating and drinking before had I known you were gonna be so brief. Are you all right? Something planned an encore later, maybe? Something? No? All right, very good. All right, next up, we'll move on to our Outstanding Employee Awards part of the program. And since 1986, we've honored over 186 employees with Outstanding Employee designation. In addition to being recognized by the administration and our fellow employees, the award recipients will each receive a plaque and a cash award as a symbol of our appreciation for their efforts. We'll begin first with the Firefighter of the Year award, and then we'll have the Police Officer of the Year award. Then after those awards have been presented, we'll do the 6 outstanding employees, and then we'll do the Employee of the Year. As I previously mentioned, Vicki Barnett is here, and she will come up and also help us out with the first 2 presentations. So with that, it's my pleasure to introduce our Fire Chief, Corey Barch.
Good evening, everybody. It's my honor to be able to announce the 2013 Firefighter of the Year. This year's Firefighter of the Year is Captain Matt Greene. And while he's coming up here, I would also ask that his former district chief, Bob Rebtoy, please come back up. While they're coming up here, I'll take the opportunity to give some information about Matt. Matt was hired as a paid-on-call firefighter in April of 1998. He was assigned to Fire Station Number 2 on Middle Belt near 12 Mile. Matt was promoted to an acting paid-on-call sergeant in December of 2000. In 2001, he was promoted to paid-on-call sergeant. In November 2004, he had transferred from Station Number 2 to Station Number 3 because he moved. Additionally, he was promoted to a paid-on-call lieutenant in May of 2006. In July of 2011, he was promoted to paid-on-call captain. With the retirement of District Chief Rebtoy, Captain Matt Greene has been fulfilling the responsibilities as District Chief at Fire Station Number 3. Additionally, he's been involved in past and current paid-on-call recruit classes, meaning that he's been very instrumental in the instruction on teaching our new recruits on how to be able to perform tasks and also to make sure that they're competent enough to be able to get out on the streets. He has served as a station training officer at both Station Number 2 and 3, committing many hours of his own personal time towards training of the station members. He was instrumental in redesigning the department's basic skills assessment by reviewing members' strengths and weaknesses to better focus on drill topics. Matt has even involved his wife and children as actors in drills to help members be better equipped to handle children and irate family members. So thank you very much. Through the years, he can always be counted on to take on new assignments and to do a great job, as evidenced by the awards he has received in the past years, such as the 1999 Fire Station Number 2 Firefighter of the Year. In 2005, he was the Optimus American Legion Firefighter of the Year, and he was also the Station 3 Firefighter of the Year in 2007. Matt is a licensed paramedic and also an instructor coordinator. During his career, Captain Greene has received 24 awards, including 9 life-saving awards, one of which just passed my desk today, 4 Chain of Survival awards, 7 unit citations, 4 certificates of appreciation, and numerous letters from the public and other citizens and other fellow employees recognizing his efforts. As a 2013 Firefighter of the Year, Matt will receive a plaque. Matt will receive a plaque that he'll be able to take home with him, but also there's a plaque that'll be that'll be put on the wall and posted at Fire Station Number 5, so all the citizens, when they come in, can see that he's one of the past Firefighter of the Years. Not only has Matt demonstrated his worthiness of the Firefighter of the Year, but since the retirement of Bob Rebtoy, he has demonstrated the ability to be District Chief. Please join me in congratulating Matt, not only as being the 2013 Firefighter of the Year, but also being promoted to District Chief.
Wow, that's quite a surprise. Good evening. This is truly a great honor for me. 2013 has been one heck of a year. I saw a lot of challenges and changes in both my professional and personal life. With these challenges, I was given so many opportunities to grow as an individual, leader, husband, and father. And for those opportunities, I am extremely grateful to many people. I'd like to thank the mayor, city council, and city manager for their continued support of our fire department. I'd like to thank the chief and his staff for giving me the opportunity to serve my fellow firefighters and citizens of this great community. I'd like to thank Chief Rebtoy for his role models like you that have made me the person I am today. I would like to thank those I serve with, especially those at Station 3, who have become family to me. You see, when firefighters talk about individuals they work with, rarely do you hear words like co-worker or colleague, but you hear words like brother, sister, family. And it's a sense of family that grows both ways. The fire department lives in my house every single day. One day, last year, after a run, I walked through the front door, and I heard my son and daughter counting in the kitchen. 1 and 2 and 3. They were performing CPR on 2 of their stuffed animals. They would take this long plastic lid and slide it underneath the stuffed animal and then carry it to the waiting rescue. Now I have to brag. For a pair of 5-year-olds, they had excellent form. And I'm happy to report that both animals survived. Most importantly, I'd like to thank my wife, Sarah. She has been my rock. Every opportunity arose, she was right by my side, encouraged me to make the best of it. There have been countless times when the tones have dropped or calls for help have come in, and it's her plans that have to change at a moment's notice. She takes care of me so I may take care of others. Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, my extended family.
Bob, you didn't tell him how to wait. You served with that guy for all these years, and you're now just winning Firefighter of the Year?
It's hard.
I'm amazed. You know, we can joke because we are a family here, but we take the Employee of the Year very seriously, and Firefighter of the Year, and Police Officer, and all the employee awards, because for the past few years, you all really have stepped up and have had to do more with less. And some of you are performing 2 and 3 jobs on the one salary that you currently earn. And we haven't helped you out much at the state level, and I apologize for that. But we're working all together to make sure that this state stays strong and this community is vibrant and wonderful. And it's because of people like you that sacrifice so much to make our city so wonderful to live in and to work in. And I want to thank you. And Matt, especially, congratulations. We did have a slight surplus so far, so I could frame this for you. I do want to thank you for your years of service and for this wonderful honor that you totally deserve. Thank you. Congratulations.
Matt, you don't want to leave without this, or should I just give it right to Sarah? Oh,
With
okay.
my wife, thank you.
So I noticed the long pause after you said role models like Bob Rebtoy. I was wondering what was going to come next. Yeah, I'm sure there was a paragraph or 2 you left out, so thank you for that. No, seriously, you have very interesting shoes to fill. Bob has been with this department 45 years, but he's been much more than that to the community. He is one of those guys that's ingrained himself in Farmington and Farmington Hills, and all the things that he does over and above just being a firefighter, really quite miraculous. And I wouldn't expect that you could come anywhere close to that, but if you can strive to, as we all should, that would be a great thing. So once again, thank you, Bob, and congratulations to you, Matt. Round of applause. Tough act to follow now, but I think our police chief is up to it. Charles Nevis.
Thank you, Steve. Officer Perry Edgell, come on up here with me. I think Chief Barsh has taught me tonight because I don't have a promotion, so don't be, that's not going to be a surprise. That's not going to be a surprise unless the mayor and city manager can arrange that real quick. Officer Perry Edgell is no stranger to success. In the past 20 years as a police officer, he's had a career full of awards. He's been the Police Officer of the Year twice. He's been the Detective of the Year once. Extensive service and experience as a defensive tactics instructor, evidence technician, and also a promotion to detective. All of you might not remember all this, and the reason being is because it didn't happen here at Farmington Hills. And this is where Perry's story began. It was about 10 months ago, and he'll probably remember this. I can remember it exactly like it was yesterday. Deputy Chief Kamini and I were sitting in my office, and we were talking to Royal Oak Detective Perry Edgell at the time. And we were telling them, well, we have the best city manager and council and city services and department heads and police officers, and we've gone through hard times, reorganized, we have new cars coming and all kinds of good things with the building and equipment and different things. And I told them the year before we had just come off a award as the top police service agency in the country. And why is this all important? Because Perry didn't have to work in Farmington Hills. As a matter of fact, he didn't have to leave Royal Oak. He had plenty of opportunities. He was a very high scorer on what we call the state MCO test. He's one of the few with his experience and education could have worked anywhere. And as a matter of fact, we had to steal him away from another large, very good police department where he had an opportunity to work. So Perry, we're very glad that you selected Farmington Hills. It takes a lot of courage, strength, and faith to change uniforms. Our Citation Awards Board considered many things, probably some of those as well. Got 4 quick stories for you tonight about Perry. A couple are on the emotional side, and a couple are just little ones I picked just to let you know what kind of an officer he is, because it's not always just one heroic thing that we pick our Officer of the Year for. I received a letter from a grandfather earlier this year and thanking Officer Edgell and Officer Stacy Trott for saving the life of his 14-year-old grandchild. The teen had had a past history of mental health issues and suicide attempts, and while Officer Edgell was on patrol with Officer Trott, they noticed her legs hanging over the overpass of a freeway, and she was getting ready to jump. They sprang into action, were able to talk her down and save a life and get her help. Merit citation story I'd like to tell you about is back on October 7th, there was an incident in the parking lot at Botsford Hospital. A woman with a gun assaulted her family members and she fled in a car. Officer Edgell was able to locate the car, follow it at a traffic light. It went through the red light, a chase was on. He got near the Detroit border. And with all the experience that he has in his career, you'll see how he puts it all to use when we hire experienced people. He knew exactly where to stop the car when there was a construction area. He used a pit maneuver to safely stop the car. Some other officers ran up to the passenger side of the car, and the woman pointed a gun at the officers. Officer Edgell, with his experience, had a position of advantage and quickly distracted the woman, was able to talk her into putting down the gun, so the officers were able to get into the car and safely take her into custody. Sadly, it was another mental health case that we deal with so much on a regular basis. And a couple of less dramatic stories, but important to tell you the kind of man and character he has. This is a community policing story. A couple of months back, I was out and about, and he doesn't know these stories, by the way, so I hope they're okay. I was out and about, and was in a business, and 2 women in the business told me, they said they had met Officer Perry, and they told me a story. They said that they had had a client who had made some verbal threats, intimidated them. They called the department for extra patrol. And Perry got that information and didn't just drive by. He made a point to go there, introduce himself, tell them it was his district, and he would keep them safe. And that's what really community policing is all about. You can have programs a mile long, but it's the individual actions of the officers that mean so much. Another quick story, just to show his poise and restraint, there was something called Cop Block, a countrywide 9-state police accountability tour, in which put Perry in cyberspace. This is an organization who was traveling across the country. They're not very police friendly. Perry suddenly found himself at an incident where he had a camera put in his face. And if you looked at their website, it talks about they expose police corruption and justice and holding the police accountable. And Perry, I looked at this weekend, there was 5,821 views so far of that. And why that's significant is the poise and manner in which he handled that they had to admit on the tape what a good job he did, and they didn't leave him with anything to really tell a story about. So thank you for representing Farmington Hills with such a positive image out there in cyberspace. It's not easy to be the Farmington Hills Police Officer of the Year. We're actually the 11th largest city police department in the state of Michigan. 183 awards were given out this year, and we gave, as a side note, 53 awards to citizens for their help to us. I'm proud of all the officers and all the work they do. We have the freezing cold and snow and everything outside, and it seems like it's setting history. Perry is setting history tonight because it's the first time in the history of the Farmington Hills Police Department that a probationary officer is receiving the Officer of the Year award. So that really tells you the respect and admiration they have. Some of you know I'm a hockey person, so I'll throw out a hockey term, a hat trick for 3 goals. Perry got the hat trick this year for life-saving, a merit citation, and Police Officer of the Year, not too shabby of a start. His name will also be engraved on a plaque that we have, will be hanging when some construction is done at the police department. On behalf of the Police Department Awards Committee, the City Manager, our Mayor, Council, your fellow police officers, our community, everyone here tonight, I'd like to offer my congratulations to the Farmington Hills 2013 Police Officer of the Year.
Thank you very much, Chief. I appreciate it. A tremendous honor for me to stand up here this evening and accept this award. Believe it or not, I was probably less nervous involved in that pursuit with the armed subject who and crashing and taking her into custody than I am right now. So it's funny how that works, but true. I'd like to thank the city manager, the mayor, the city council, Chief Nevis, the Farmington Hills Police Department command staff, and all my co-workers. I feel very honored to be a member of the Farmington Hills Police Department. I think it's a fantastic police department in a beautiful community. So I'm very fortunate, you know, to be entering this phase of my career or second career, and I still have a lot of passion and love for the job. So I look forward to the opportunity to working in Farmington Hills and serving the community. I would like to thank my wife, Darcy, my children, some of whom are here today. I do have a son who's in the Navy, he's not able to attend, but certainly they're a big factor in anything that I'm able to achieve. I also have my mom and my aunt and uncle here who are Farmington Hills residents, and certainly without their support, I wouldn't be here standing before you today. So thank you. Thank you, Chief.
Wow, that sets a high bar for the next probationary police officer, doesn't it? Perry, this is, again, a tribute from the citizens of the state of Michigan, signed by State Senator Vince Gregory and me, your state representative, thanking you once again for your great work.
All right. Very impressive. Now I'd like to share with you the process that takes place in selecting each of our outstanding employees. Each November, city employees are asked to participate in nominating their coworkers as outstanding employees. There are three main criteria that are considered in these nominations. They are job performance, rapport with coworkers, and delivery of service to the public. The selection committee, comprised of department directors and the past 4 employees of the year, join together to discuss the nominations and select the individuals who will be chosen as outstanding employees. From these nominations, one employee is especially honored as the Employee of the Year. The Employee of the Year receives special recognition here tonight and is also honored by having their picture displayed on a plaque in the lobby of City Hall for 1 year. Honor, I guess, I think. We've had good-looking winners, so it's not been a problem. And we do again this year. With that, it is my pleasure to start out with Charmaine Kettler-Schmalt. Charmaine, please come up. Oh, there she is. Charmaine joined the Planning Division nearly 20 years ago, 1994. That is hard to believe. As an intern, and the following year she was hired as a Staff Planner 1. In 2000, she was promoted to Staff Planner 2, and in 2010, she was promoted to her current position of Community Development Coordinator. Charmaine was previously honored as an Outstanding Employee in 2001. Charmaine administers the Community Development Block Grant Program and encounters many residents who need assistance with the maintenance of their homes. She's always patient as residents work through the application process to determine eligibility to be in the program. Sometimes residents cannot meet the qualifications of the program but still need assistance. In these cases, Charmaine looks for other resources in the community that may be able to help. She has contacts with several service organizations such as Neighborhood House, Goodfellows, Rebuilding Together, and housing counselors at Oakland County, as well as co-workers who offer to help needy residents. Partly in response to the services she provides, but also because of the type of person she is, Charmaine receives many written letters of thanks for a compassionate and thoughtful service to residents. Some even bake cookies or deliver flowers or produce from their gardens to show their appreciation. Charmaine is also known as the Tree Lady, a nice term, around City Hall because of her professional background as a landscape architect. Residents and coworkers, and I've done this myself, request her to identify certain plants or trees that we may be wondering about. And various pieces of plants, including sometimes poison ivy and other noxious weeds, show up on her desk. She's always glad to patiently discern what it is and then let the person know in a very nice way if it's a good thing or a bad thing to have around. Charmaine consistently demonstrates a positive attitude, using humor to add to a delightful sense of fun to the everyday activities of the department. She exemplifies the best of Farmington Hills employees because of her commitment to giving the best possible service to the department and to the city. Charmaine Kettler-Schmull.
And I like to say, I've been with the city, I started out in the planning commission about 20 years ago, and Charmaine was one of the first people I met, and we do talk flowers and stuff like that, because I have a background in that, working for Frank's for so many years, but this is your turn.
It's easier to do our jobs than it is to receive recognition. So I'm going to make this brief. I want to thank my family for making the effort to come out tonight and for all their support. We rely on so many other people within City Hall and even fire and police that it's really important to recognize all their support. There's so much that I couldn't accomplish without the aid and assistance and all the people who do more than what they're expected. I especially want to thank the Planning Community Development Department and everybody there, especially Karen, because I rely on you every single day. I appreciate it. And that's it. Thank you.
Next up is Judy Laidlaw. Judy, come on up. In 1987, Judy began her career as the executive secretary in the city manager's office. She was promoted to administrative secretary in 1990, and in 1991, she was promoted to secretary to the city manager. I'm not sure how much of a promotion that was or is, but good for you. We need good people up in our office to help us out. Thank you. Judy remained in that position until 1997 when she was transferred to the secretary to the finance director. Judy left the city in 2000 but rejoined the city staff as Human Resources Department aide in 2006. In 2012, Judy was promoted to her current position as secretary to the fire chief. Judy was previously recognized as an outstanding employee in both 1989 and 2009. Judy demonstrates an exceptional work ethic by her strong commitment to serve employees and residents. She maintains the highest personal expectations of herself and continually strives to make the best of every project or task which she is involved. In her work, she displays excellent communication and problem solving and supervisory skills and uses them not only in her daily assignments, but in the special projects to which she is assigned or assigns to other staff. Judy has great rapport with coworkers and the public. She stays calm, explains the critical details, and always treats everyone with the utmost respect. Her skills have been effective as a member of the Fit for Life Committee. The ideas that she has contributed to the program have helped make it a success with high employee participation and in the educational programs that help us all improve our health. Judy is a warm-hearted, caring employee. She handles confidential and personal issues with great sensitivity, putting employees immediately at ease. With her knowledge of the city and her work experience in various departments, she brings great insight and understanding of the functions of the many departments within the city to her job. She is an exemplary employee and one that the fire department can take pride in as a true ambassador for our city. Judy Laidlaw.
Well, thank you. I'm really honored to receive this award. Thanks to Chief Barch and my new fire department family for being so willing to help me in my new job. I replaced Jean Coyle, who had been a 30-plus year employee, and she was so well-versed in her job. And so it's kind of hard to follow behind someone with all those qualifications, but they don't ever make me feel bad, and they're very encouraging and warm, and I'm so grateful, and I'm so glad to be a part of the fire department family. So thank you to my husband, Tim, and to my coworkers, Aaron and Amira, and especially the fire department administrative staff, the battalion chiefs who sit next to me, hear me mumble and grumble. But it really is a pleasure, and thank you.
Note the red jacket, very, very tasteful. All right, next up, Kelly Monaco. Kelly, come on up. Kelly Monaco. Kelly joined the city in 1996 when she was hired as a buyer in the purchasing division of Central Services. In July of 1997, she was promoted to senior buyer. Kelly was previously honored as Employee of the Year in 1998 and as an outstanding employee in both 2004 and 2010. Kelly is ideal in her job as senior buyer. She eagerly researches requests for information when assisting departments on their purchasing needs. She is able to take a broad perspective on problem solving, and her decisions are solid and effective. She actively pursues new tools, techniques, job training, and learning opportunities to prepare herself for future challenges. Kelly is task-oriented, thoroughly reliable, as well as helpful, energetic, and enthusiastic. She has great listening skills, which help her understand what a department or coworker needs to get the job done. Her work is completed in a timely manner and with great professionalism. One of Kelly's unique talents is her ability to become an expert at whatever it is in a department needs to purchase. She seems to do it all effortlessly. What people don't see are the long hours studying and researching that Kelly puts in to ensure that the rest of us get what we need when we need it. Kelly is also thoughtful and courteous toward her coworkers. She is passionate about helping people, cares deeply for her coworkers. Almost 15 years ago, Kelly organized a book club and continues to meet about 6 times a year. My wife happens to be a member of that. And through her love of reading and by facilitating the book club, Kelly has helped to foster opportunities for developing and continuing friendships across departments for both current as well as retired employees. We feel fortunate to have Kelly as part of the City of Farmington Hills team. She has earned this honor of being recognized by her friends and colleagues as an outstanding employee and is a fine example for all of us to strive to be. Kelly Monaco.
Well, I have to put my glasses on, unless somebody wants to hold the paper way back in the back. It's very short, but I had to write it down so I didn't forget anything. I humbly accept this award and say a very sincere thank you for the honor. Thanks to Mr. Brock, Mayor Brickner, and City Council for continuing to support this very important program. A special thanks to my boss, Mike Lasley, for your continued leadership and support of me and the rest of the Central Services staff who works hard, very hard every day. Another thanks, a special thanks to Michelle Aronowski for always having my back, both professionally and personally. Thanks to all the rest of the Central Services staff. We have a great team. We put in a lot of hours, but we have a lot of fun. Finally, I want to thank my husband, Gary, for continuing to be the best part of my day. Much like bacon, he always managed to make everything better. So, love you guys.
The old bacon joke. I love that one. It's great, Kelly. All right, my apologies. Shu Fin Lin is up next. Shu Fin, come on up, please. These are in no particular order. It's random. Shu Fin became a member of the finance department in 1999 when she was hired as an accountant. In 2010, Shu Fin was promoted to her current position as controller in the finance department. She was previously honored as an outstanding employee in 2008. Shu Fin and her husband George are originally from Taiwan. They came to Michigan as international students in 1984. Although Shu Fin has a quiet demeanor, I have not noticed that. She has a wonderful sense of humor, which her coworkers enjoy. She's a generous leader with praise and appreciation for the work of her staff. From her first day of employment, she has displayed a high level of initiative as well as excellent analytical and problem-solving skills. Shu Fin was promoted to controller in 2010 after the retirement of a previous controller who had been with the city for more than 25 years. Later that same year, the finance director also left the city, placing even more demands and pressure on Shu Fin until a new director was appointed. She's been the controller through some of the most financially challenging years of the city and has worked long hours to balance the budget, working late during week and even on Saturdays to get the job done. Shu Fin enjoys assisting employees to help solve any problem. The accounting staff appreciates her effective leadership and her commitment to the job. She quietly works behind the scenes to ensure that everything runs smoothly. Shu Fin sets a standard of dedication in her work that few can match, and we are fortunate to have such a committed person in the critical job of controller. She is truly deserving of recognition as an outstanding employee. Shu Fin Lin.
Make sure that the check cashes.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much to the HR department and the award committee and the city manager and the mayor for such a wonderful event and allowing me to stand here tonight. It's a great honor to be recognized as one of the year's outstanding employees. Yes, I have worked for the city since 1999, and the amazing people and the work that we do here has made it a joy and a pleasure to come to work for the last 14 years. I am also very grateful for the many opportunities that I have had to learn and grow, take on more responsibilities, and help others in my job. For this award, I would like to thank my staff in the accounting division, my boss, Dave, and all my coworkers in the finance department and the entire city. Without your continued support, I would not be standing here today accepting this award. Again, thank you so much for the generous recognition, and I look forward to work for the city for many, many more years. Thank you.
I am so glad to hear you're going to stay for a while. That is fabulous. Thank you. All right, next up, Mark Sagzuski. Mark, come on up. February 1996, Mark joined the city's engineering division, Department of Public Services, as a Civil Engineer 1, shortly after graduating from Lawrence Technological University in December of 1995. He was promoted to Civil Engineer 2 in 2000 and Civil Engineer 3 in 2002. Mark was promoted to his current position of Traffic Engineer in January of 2011. As a traffic engineer, one of the hats that Mark wears is that of Information Liaison for a weekly road construction report that is posted to the city's website. His well-written reports are widely distributed to the road construction listserv and to all city employees and to the local media, and I use it most council meeting nights to let people know what's going on out there. Very sharp tie, by the way. You're welcome. Mark's accurate, meticulous information about road closures and traffic delays is vital to commuters and residents. His road construction updates are consistently the items that receive the most hits on our website. Over 1,200 people read them on a weekly basis. Did you know that? I did. He did know that. He knows stuff. That is exceptional. Information sharing is what we want to do. Another key function of Mark's job is to apply for and administer road construction grants. Now listen to these numbers. In his years working for the city, he has secured approximately $30 million of road funds. $30 million. 40. Up to 40. 10 million since this was written over the weekend. It was a good week. Yeah, it was a great week. Keep it up. Yeah. As traffic engineer, he hires outside consultants, work with contractors to ensure they adhere to the timeline and bid specifications, not always an easy job. And on road projects, which also involve meeting with homeowners associations, that's always an easy job, and representatives to explain road projects. He also works with MDOT, the Road Commission for Oakland County, and Federal Highway, and if you can work with those guys, you can work with anybody. Mark recently became a member of the City Retirement Pension Committee, and he is eager to learn as much as possible about the administration of the city pension and how he can provide guidance on behalf of the employees. He's active in planning department social events to foster employee cohesiveness and is known for his wonderful pierogies and glubkis. Am I saying that right? They are very good. Standards at the holiday luncheon. A caring employee, Mark never fails to take a few moments to ask how you and how your family are doing. Public service employees are often involved in the less glamorous projects, but their service to residents are an enormous and vital component of a high quality of life in our city, Farmington Hills. Mark is a dedicated public employee who is highly valued by his department and coworkers. He's a positive force in the engineering division and certainly deserving of special recognition this evening. Mark Zagzewski.
I'd like to thank everyone for the opportunity to be here tonight. I'm so very honored to receive this award. The fact that this award is presented by my fellow employees is what makes it so very special to me. But the truth is, having such a dedicated, hardworking group of professionals as coworkers makes my job so much easier. So thank you so much for recognizing my achievements tonight. Thanks to my family for always supporting me. And thanks to all of you for everything you've helped me accomplish over the years. I am so grateful to be part of the Farmington Hills family. Thank you.
And last but not least of our outstanding employees, Gail Stith. Gail, come on up. Now, this isn't in the script either, and I know that makes people nervous too, but as far as I'm concerned, whoever works as city manager secretary ought to get Employee of the Year every year, working for me, so. Our last outstanding employee this evening is Gail Stith. I've worked with Gail since she was hired in 2002 as a secretary to the city manager. In this position, Gail wears many hats, not only providing administrative support to the city manager's office and city council, but she also functions as an event coordinator, liaison to the multicultural, multiracial community council, a receptionist, problem solver, and even a wedding planner. It's our most fun thing. And there's the guy who does the weddings right there. In fact, you're looking like you're getting ready to get married now.
We got one scheduled later this week.
Okay, just practicing. She does it all with an ease and a graciousness that has many people unaware of just how much she does each day. Gail was previously recognized as an outstanding employee in 2009. Interruptions are commonplace in Gail's world. Every day offers a challenge of phone calls that require action, explanation, or calming. Some of those are from me. Gail has a wealth of information regarding what happens in and around the city, which makes her so knowledgeable and helpful in assisting coworkers as well as residents. The city manager's office is usually the final stop of upset or disgruntled people. We don't have many of those, fortunately. And Gail handles each one with respect, understanding, and often empathy. When in doubt, call Gail. She will help you or find the person who can. Gail's natural reserve, professionalism, and professional nature can't hide a great sense of humor and an infectious laugh. Maybe we'll get to hear a little bit of that. She is caring and supportive coworker who displays genuine compassion and concern for the employees' well-being. She interacts with every department on a regular basis and is truly one of those people who you can count on to do everything you need and more. Gail exemplifies what an outstanding employee should be, a person who doesn't watch the clock, does their job well, is willing to go the extra mile to ensure that everything runs smoothly, and is ready, willing, and able to lend a hand whenever needed. It is a pleasure to work with her, and we are continually grateful for Gail and her commitment to our fine city. Congratulations, Gail Stith.
That's right. She actually tells me what to do. She's my boss.
Thank you, Mr. Brock, and Mayor Brickner, and Vicki Barnett, Representative. Thank you so much. Congratulations to all the other winners. I feel honored to be in such a great group of people. I have served 4 mayors, Mr. Brock, the wedding couples, and the public for almost 12 years. I have some great stories. But you'll have to wait for the book. Tonight is all about appreciation, and I think every person wants 2 things. We want to feel loved, and we want to feel appreciated for what we do. I'm very fortunate tonight to be able to say that I've achieved both. The people who love me are here tonight, and I thank you very much for your love and support, particularly to my husband Marty, who probably knows more about the city of Farmington Hills than he ever wanted to, but that's okay. He's a great listener, and I appreciate all that he does. And thank you to city employees for giving me this award and making me feel appreciated. It really does mean the world to me. I want to take this opportunity to send some appreciation right back at you. First of all, there's a group of employees who never get to receive this award, and they are the department heads. I work with them every single day, and I appreciate you immensely. You've been so supportive. And I want every employee to know that I appreciate you as well for the job that you do, because really we're all in this together, working to make Farmington Hills the best it can be. So thank you so much.
All right. I'm now very pleased to present the Jane Krupa Memorial Employee of the Year Award, and the recipient for 2013 is Deborah Ann Shager. Deborah Ann? All right. Deborah began her career with the city in October of 2001 when she was hired as a Clerk Typist 1 in the Special Services Department. She was promoted to Clerk Typist 2 in 2003, and later that same year was promoted to Department Aide. In July of 2005, Deborah was promoted to her current position of Secretary to the Special Services Director. In that capacity, Deborah is responsible for supporting the Special Services Director, the Deputy Director, and the administrative staff of the department. Debbie is married to Carl and the proud mother of 4 children. Carl and 3 of the children are here tonight, Brandon, Allison, and Madison, to help us honor her, and Casey, who is not able to be here but is with us in spirit. Since Deborah's first job in Special Services, she has established a reputation for excellent performance, which is reflected in their many promotions within the department. A few of the words her coworkers use to describe Debbie include efficient, conscientious, reliable, warm, genuine, trustworthy, and a solid performer. One employee described her this way, in quotes, "She's sensitive to our staff when they approach her for consultation on both personal and professional issues. She is well trusted and admired by her coworkers. She's also in tune with the customer's needs, whether they are inquiring about a service, registering for a class, or applying for financial aid. She always treats everyone with courtesy and tremendous respect. One of the many admirable qualities Deborah exhibits, none is more evident than her gift of service to others. Debbie is the glue that holds the Division of Special Services together. Just ask anyone. She's quick to relay any information. It's important to all divisions within the Special Services and is the go-to person for anything you need. If there's an answer, Debbie usually has it. If there's a problem, she can try to solve it, or if not, she'll put someone on it. Debbie will pitch in to solve any problem of any employee or resident. The constant everyday tasks that she performs and the details that she attends to are the backbone of assuring the highest level of service in the Special Services administrative staff. Deborah is deserving of the honor of Employee of the Year, and she embodies these traits, qualities, and characteristics that every resident in Farmington Hills has learned to come to expect and deserve from public service. We are honored and glad to award this to Debbie Schrager. Debbie?
Looks just like you.
nervous. Even though I have this memorized, I have to read it because otherwise I will have a meltdown. It is such an honor to be recognized as the Employee of the Year. One of the best decisions of my life was applying for a job with the City of Farmington Hills 12 years ago. I was a single mother raising 4 teenagers. My family is here tonight. Time for bragging. My son Brandon is in the pharmacy program at Wayne State. My son Casey, who couldn't be here, will graduate from Central Michigan in May with a degree in geology. My daughter Allison recently received her teaching certificate from Eastern Michigan, and my daughter Madison will attend the Illinois Institute of Art this spring. Also in the audience is my brother-in-law Ron, and one of my biggest supporters, my sister Elaine, and of course my wonderful husband Carl, along with my new extended family, Mike, Elissa, Jack, and Andy Griffin. And Griffin's wife is expecting any day, so she couldn't be here. I would like to thank my mother, Irene, who has been an inspiration to me. 82 years old and still working at the same company after 40 years. Don't worry, Ellen. I don't plan on working until I'm 82. Thank you to my family for the continuous love and support. Thank you to those that nominated me for this award, the awards committee, city council, and especially Dave Boyer and Ellen Schnackle. How fortunate I've been to work with 2 great supervisors, especially Ellen. She is a breath of fresh air and brings a smile to my face every day with her silly antics. When my children were younger, they participated in many recreational activities. I simply went to my local recreation center and signed them up. I never realized how much creativity and planning goes into each and every program and event. I've learned that the Special Services team is a talented group of people that provide essential recreational and cultural programs, events, and services to the community. I am happy to contribute to what makes this department so successful. To all my Special Services coworkers, thought I'd get through this. You are an awesome group of people and truly make it a pleasure to come to work every day. I couldn't have done it without you guys. I'm so very grateful. Thank you. Thank you.
You're so amazing. I would love to work here just so that I could be around you all day. That peppy spirit, really, it's really refreshing, it's wonderful, and it fits into this Farmington Hills family so well. On behalf of Senator Vince Gregory and myself, and a grateful public, I want to present you this special tribute. Congratulations.
She memorized that. Unbelievable. That's fabulous. Congratulations once again. All right. With that, I'd like to thank our Human Resources staff, John Randall, Mary Laporte, Erica. Is Erica still here? Somewhere back there? And V&A as well did a great job. Thank you for that. Amanda and Jacob on the cameras from our own video division did a fine job as well. And all of our outstanding employees. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We have a lot of great people working for this city. I couldn't be more proud to be the city manager here. They make our job, my job, easier every day, and I appreciate that very much. Thanks for the great crowd that came out tonight. Really glad that you're here. Continue to enjoy the food and beverages afterwards. And it's cold out there, so please be careful driving home. Make sure you take care of your loved ones on the way. God bless everyone. Stay warm out there, and I will see you next year.